What's going on, everyone? I want to talk to you today about comparing KURV to Yieldmax funds. I'm getting a lot of comments on my videos about people going into KURV. What do I think about them? This, that, and the other. So I figured just do a comparison. And when I get into a high yield fund or an investment, right, these are the kind of things I'm looking for, particularly with high yield funds. And I would consider KURV high yield in a way, but let's kind of look at these. So number one's the underlying. It's got to be a good underlying, or something I'm comfortable with. Number two, does it have options? Meaning, can I sell a cash secured put? Can I sell a covered call on it? Because that's important to me, because I can get more juice, more VIG, whatever you want to call it, out of the fund, right? And so not only if it has options, can I make money off share price appreciation? Can I make money off of dividends? And also, can I also make money from selling covered calls on it? That's important to me, may not be to you. Share price appreciation. Does it move in a positive direction? Can we get share price appreciation out of the product? Yield percentage and ROI timeline. I'm not young, boys. I'm looking to get these things paid off as quick as possible. So that's important to me. And of course, because I'm a long holder, these are investments for me. Total returns matter to me. These are just the things I look at. None of them, are deal breakers. But if I can get all five, I'm pretty freaking happy. So let's start off with the first comparison here. I did a KQQQ versus QDTE because I didn't really see anything in Yieldmax that really compared with it. QDTE is, very popular. So let's just kind of look at it here. We can see, and I know they're different. Triple Q has some NASDAQ funds in it. It's not a apples for apples comparison here, but it's the one I found I thought that could work the best anyway. So we can see here, looking at total returns with if you reinvest the dividends or if you pull them, and you can see here that in both cases, KQQQ is actually beating QDTE in total returns in both categories. KQQQ pays like 15 cents average. So, that's up to you if you want that small of a dividend. JebQ pays around like 9 cents, and I don't know. But anyway, regardless, that is this comparison. Let's go to the next one. Now, I must admit, I don't know much about KURV, so this is really my first time going through them and looking at them. Let's start off here with the Tesla and TSLP. Zoom out here a little bit so you can see this. Total return, look at TSLP in both categories, just really whooping Tesla. We look at the comparison charts, zoom in here, and you can kind of see these figures. I am using the dividend calculator on the dividend channel for this app, if this is website, if this is something you want to get into. So right here we can see the KURV fund is just whooping Tesla. So total returns way up. Yeah, that's and TSLP's paid anywhere from 31 cents on up to $1.30. So definitely, just like any other high yield fund, the dividends are all over the place, but that's what we expect because volatility changes all the time, right? That's nothing new for us. Okay, let's go look at the next one. All right, I was really interested in this one because AMSI is my girl. I love AMSI. Been in this thing darn near since inception, and I've done so well with AMSI and trading it, running options on it, so many other things I've done with AMSI, and it's great. And KURV does have options, by the way. It's just they're not liquid, really. There's no volume in them, but I expect if more people start buying KURV, they'll become more liquid and easier to trade. The spreads are crazy right now on KURV funds just because there's no volume in their options. But again, if they get more popular, we should see those spreads, get a little tighter there. But we can see here, AMZP versus AMZ in total returns. AMZP has the lead here, right? In both categories, if you reinvest or pull the dividends, we can look to the comparison chart here. And we can see even down at the bottom, there's a little bit more separation down there with AMZP versus AMZ. That's another winner for KURV over Yieldmax and the QDTE fund that's Roundhill. Now, just keep in mind, Roundhill supposedly is going to be coming out with these type of funds too. So now we're going to have Yieldmax, KURV, and Roundhill all doing battle for these type of funds. So I can't wait for those to come out to see how they compare to everybody. But yeah, AMZP beating my AMZ. We still got to look at the Microsoft GUI, Netflix, and Apple one. Before we get there, I want to share something with you. In our membership group, we're just absolutely killing it in our trades. We had today some tariff talk, which was great because we had a long position on SPY. We sold that, made profits. We also had a short. So when the tariff talk came in, we were able to sell that for profit. And then we had an IWM short, just absolutely killing it in swing trading in a membership group. Currently, I'm 36 on one of my swing trades. If you want to be in a membership group, just hit join. And there you go. $4 a month. Cancel anytime, people. Okay, so yeah, we did that AMZ versus AMZP. What about Microsoft? So MSFY, we can see here in total returns that the Yieldmax one is winning in this one in both categories, whether you reinvest or pull the dividends. And we can see the charts here. So pretty nice for Yieldmax to finally get a win. So right now, KURV funds are winning 2-1 in my little comparison here. So MSFO right now is a better product than MSFY due to total returns, but we'll see how that happens in the future. This MSFY pays anywhere from 22 to 40 cents, and this is per share per month. So it's not too far off of the Microsoft Yieldmax version there. Let's go to Goop. What is it? GUI, Goop. I mean, it's not even, I don't even have to look at the numbers here. Look at the chart. How Goop is just destroying GUI, and GUI is one of my, I just do not like that fund from Yieldmax. I don't know what they're doing with their calls. It's never been good. And we can see here when someone comes in with a better product and is structuring their options. I mean, look at the total return difference in both categories here. Just not even close on this one. I mean, I don't own GUI, but if I did, I mean, I'd be looking for an exit when you have a competitor like this. And the numbers don't lie. I mean, look, numbers sometimes hurt people's feelings, and I don't know why they do, but they do. But here, there's another win for KURV. Let's go look here at the NFLP and Netflix. And we can see here that we're split into categories, right? So if you reinvested all the dividends, Netflix winning. You can see that there in total returns. 101%, 84%. Guys, those are sick numbers, no matter how you slice it. Both of them are doing well. And if you pulled the dividends, you're up more in the KURV version, although extremely tight, really close neck and neck here on that one. But yeah, I'm going to give the edge just because of the dividend reinvesting, because that's what most people do. But we'll see, right, as time goes on. And here we are looking at the AAPY versus Aptly comparison, and we can see here in the top category of total return that Aptly is beating the KURV version. And if you didn't reinvest the dividends, the KURV version is barely edging out the Apple, as we can see right here. Now, I do want to talk about this comparison. Now, I don't own any KURV, okay, but I do want to go back to these little notes I wrote here. So both underlyings, right? So if we're going to compare the underlyings, Amazon for AMZP, AMZ, good, Microsoft, Goop, Netflix, Apple, right? All that. I'm not a Tesla guy, so I'm not saying it's a bad underlying. It's just not my cup of tea. Does it have options, meaning KURV? Yes, it does. So does Yieldmax. Yieldmax is more liquid with their options because there's just so much more money involved in those funds. But as KURV picks up in their AUM, those will become more liquid. But we'll have to see what Roundhill does when they come out and join the three-headed beast. It's going to be a battle between those three, and that's going to be really cool. Now, the share price appreciation. Let's talk about this for a second. Because I'm living off my account and living off dividends from now till I die, Lord willing, share price appreciation is important. I want to have my share price, at a level and then a trading price above it. So when the dividends come out, I can pull 100% and it doesn't affect me. So share price is really important to me. And it looks like, for the most part, KURV has that and beating Yieldmax in most categories. Yield percentage, definitely lower, I think, on a KURV overall, but it's not drastic, right? And so the ROI timeline isn't too far off, and sometimes I've seen where the KURV fund is paid more than the Yieldmax fund that particular month, just depending on the asset or whatever. So there is that, and total returns, that's just what I went through, are important to me because I want to live off this account for the rest of my life. So total returns is important to me. KURV is really interesting and doing really well, and I can't wait for the Roundhill ones, man, to see how everybody battles each other and see if I need to make any moves myself. I'm loving KURV. They just need to get some more money in there in their funds and get those options a little more liquid so I can get the VIG off those options. I can make share price appreciation and have dividends. The trifecta. We'll see. This is Mike, Tactical Stock Scalper, out.